Hey guys, this is AGYT Abbott, and I'm sorry that this review has taken so long to get out. I just needed to go watch the season 3 mid-season finale. I watched it about 2 more times, just to both episodes, just to analyze a bit more, just to get ready for this review, because it's the mid-season finale and it was really good. Um, so this is the unveiling. This is the first episode. So we see Jake and Alicia heading up to the Black Cat Reservation. I liked how they started off with Jake heading up there, and then they had this big wide shot of him walking up there. I really like when they do those huge wide shots of like somebody walking up to something and everything. We finally get to see Ophelia, and as you all know, I've probably said it in some of my videos, Ophelia is one of my favorite, characters in Fear the Walking Dead. She turned into an absolute boss last season. Um, my man Travis, sadly, he didn't make it out of season 3, part 1, so Daniel is currently I guess Daniel will be my favorite character as of right now. But I really like Madison now. I go back and forth with Madison, and then I like Troy. But anyway, we get to see Walker walk out with just like a huge machete and a pig head, man. And then he almost kills Jake, and that was pretty tense. He like cuts his forehead, and they beat him up and everything. Man, it's pretty intense. And then Alicia and Ophelia talk, and Alicia lets her know that it was effed up to just leave her behind like that, and it really was Ophelia. So not your best choice there. Um, but then we don't even get to see any Daniel, which sucks. We only get to see him in the second episode. For like 5 seconds. But then Alicia gets to stay at the has to stay at the Black Cat Reservation, and then Jake takes Ophelia back over to the Otto's farm, or the ranch, I meant, and basically Jeremiah is going insane. He just doesn't have any hope in his people living through this war, and he's kind of going pretty nuts. So I don't know why. I don't know why Jake left Alicia there. I mean, I know it was a part of the deal. It was like an even trade. He took Ophelia back to make peace, and they kept Ophelia to make peace. But honestly, you don't just endanger a major character like that, Jake. So I didn't like that. And I totally agree with Madison. Then they just go and attack them. They kill off a ton of Walker's men. Some of Troy's men die, I think, but not as many as Walker's people. There was a lot of them that died. There's even a part where Nick is like about to die, and then Troy just straight up sweeps in and stabs him, or shoots him in the head. And that was pretty cool. And then we have the ending of the episode with all of the militiamen being poisoned, and Nick is poisoned as well, and we find out in the second episode that it's anthrax, which is pretty major because we've never really seen a major illness like that in any. We haven't even seen that in The Walking Dead. I like how they put that to Fear the Walking Dead. We've never really seen that in any like zombie apocalypse show, unless you guys count Z Nation. They had a anthrax episode. They had some of the characters get anthrax. I'll start reviewing Z Nation when that comes back on. But anyway, so overall, this episode was like really. It was kind of slow, but it built up the last episode, which was like really, really hyped up. Because of the whole ending with Nick falling down, and then Ophelia is actually the one that poisoned them. So that was pretty shocking, honestly. I really did not see that coming. So now we got the episode Children of Wrath. This is episode 8, part 2 of the mid-season finale. Spoiler alert, spoilers for this episode mainly, because last episode doesn't have that much major stuff in it, unless you count the anthrax situation and the return of Ophelia, but they teased it a bunch. But spoiler alert, Jeremiah dies in this episode, and he pretty much goes insane. He's still going insane. He doesn't have hope in his people for surviving Walker's attack. I don't think they have much hope either. I mean, Jake is peaceful, and then Troy is kind of reckless. So, honestly, I could see, I don't know. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Who do you think will die first out of the remaining autos? Jake or Troy? Who do you guys think will die first? The Children of Wrath by far is definitely my top 5 Fear the Walking Dead season 3 episodes. It's definitely it's a heartfelt episode specifically for the Clark family, because Madison is revealing all of these things about her childhood and what she did to protect her mom. She killed her father with a gun. She shot him, and it's really dark in that Alicia and Nick are with her, and Nick in the end he takes the little details he gets out of that story, and he puts them together. That's what he needs to do for his mom, and he takes out Jeremiah himself. And that was really insane. That was really cool. I loved how they had Nick basically take the place of child Madison and shot Jeremiah to protect his mom. And that was really cool. And then they make it look like a suicide attempt, which is pretty funny, honestly. Because Troy comes in there, he cries, and Jake is just stone cold face. He doesn't even care. Doesn't even care that Jeremiah died. Only Troy cares. And you kind of feel bad for Troy. For a moment. I mean, that sounds kind of weird to feel bad for Troy, because he's kind of an antagonist. I want to say Jeremiah was the main antagonist for this season mainly, not Walker. For what we learned in this episode at the beginning, that he saved Ophelia, and then the people at the ranch just tried to take his land, and they did. They took part of it, and that's where they put the ranch. And they killed, I believe it's Walker's dad and his brother and his uncle or his grandfather. And yeah, they killed all of them, and then they hid them below the ground and everything for Nick to find. And then in the end, Madison actually takes off Jeremiah's head out of his grave and brings it to Walker. And he gives her a nod, okay, we're at peace for now. Maybe, though. We'll have to see that in the second half of season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead. Thanks for watching.